Airlines are burning thousands of gallons of jet fuel flying empty ghost planes so they can keep their flight slots during the coronavirus outbreak. To be fair, thousands of gallons FO fuel is a horribly vague figure. A 747 burns roughly 1 gallon of fuel per second. I imagine a guy who takes flights regularly that's flying alone in the plane. Would they make him take off the headphones for the flight instructions? Long ago the airlines discovered they could make a lot of money filling the cargo holds of passenger planes with lightweight air freight. They do contract delivery for USPS, Amazon, FedEx, etc. It's enough money that they drove people more toward carry-ons to free up hold space, even though people dragging carry-ons in and out slows down loading/unloading. Time on ground is undesirable to an airline. Airplanes don't make money sitting on the ground. They can make as much money off the cargo as off the ticketed passengers, so even with no passengers they likely have reason to fly a lot of these planes just with the holds full of cargo. They're not really ghost planes in that way. There are rules that require them to run the route even if no one is flying. Dumb. Yes, the seats may be empty, but it's possible they're still shifting cargo. Sometimes we forget that the rules are of our own creation. All those lucky people who have already gotten COVID-19 can go on cheap vacations for the next few months. While it might be empty in the cabin, couldn't they still be flying these flights full with cargo? The thing is that one plane can do multiple routes departing from different cities. It can't just fly from city A to city B because there are no passengers there when its next leg to city C may have them. I learned about airlines flying empty in school. My professor used to be an airline pilot and he broke it down for us. Somehow airlines lose less money by continuing their flight whether or not their planes are full. Even after he spent a good amount of time breaking it down, it still made zero sense to me. Does this mean you can now fly without fear of getting infected by other people because there are no other people in the plane anyway? They could drop prices. I'm all into travel RN. Blame the airports who will take their slots if they don't. They should really suspend those rules when stuff like this happens, but they don't. The rule probably is to prevent hoarding of slots and improve their utilization, a valuable reuse. Usually. Now, they are not, so the rule needs to be suspended. It's not like they're flying around useless. Even if they're empty, these planes will still have cargo on them. Yes, even passenger airliners carry cargo. Source: worked for an airline. This may be a dumb question, but sometimes I get on an empty bus because the bus has to run the route to ensure people have access at that time. So if I'm at ABQ and need to go to LAX, this might be part of a longer route the airplane is taking, but it still needs to pick me up. So if the flight is coming from Atlanta and drops all its passengers off in Dallas, wouldn't it still need to fly empty to ABQ to get me to LAX on time? I'll preemptively say that I think we need to save the environment and not burn jet fuel if we don't have to. All I'm suggesting is that the rule might have made sense at the time it was made. Looked up a ticket from the Midwest to Kyoto because I have always wanted to go. Google said it was something like $2,300 cheaper than usual for 2 tickets round trip. I figured it was because no one want to go to Asia. Edit, spacebar. Also, commercial jets have to fly. They can't be stood down for long periods of time without serious maintenance and difficult prep. The tires alone become problematic if they don't roll and have the load taken off of them in flight. They could just drop the ticket prices. I'll volunteer as tribute for a $60 ticket. Planes aren't designed to sit for weeks on end. This is a problem with the 737 MAX planes that have been sitting for months. People who already had coronavirus and have recovered from it could now enjoy very cheap travel. What a lame cover-up. Everyone knows that they have to keep spreading those chemtrails with or without passengers. Honestly, most of the airliners' chemical tankers we see flying around don't have passengers anyway. That's because poisoning the masses is much more profitable. Where do you think the coronavirus came from anyway? That's right, I've been watching this nonsense for a long time and it's no wonder the virus is spreading so quickly. All those planes flying around sprinkling it out of their chem nozzles like my 17-year Labrador when he tries to pee, and you idiots are blaming it on hapless travelers. Anyway, have to wrap this up. I just heard a knock at my door, and it's either my package of face masks I'm going to sell at a 2000% markup on eBay to fund my expedition to the edge of the planet, or it's the FBI showing up to Epstein me before I prove the Earth is flat.